cold is back tonight, and we do have the chance of a few snow showers. Your forecast is coming up at 6.
An Uber driver caught on camera driving across Towson University's pedestrian bridge in a now viral video.
Rates and usage are driving up utility bills, but for one homeowner, a bad install was costing him thousands. How to avoid this expensive mistake?
You're watching Maryland's first television station. Now, WMAR-2 News at 6.
Thanks for joining us at 6 tonight. I'm Kelly Swoop. Utility bills, I don't have to tell you this, were already high, and this cold snap could push them even higher. The weather and rate increases are some major factors. But as WMAR-2 News' Mallory Safasti explains, there's another costly problem to watch out for, and it's actually one that you can fix. Because if it matters to you, it's a matter for Mallory.
You can't control rising rates, but you can catch costly mistakes. One homeowner didn't realize his thermostat was misinstalled until his bill hit $7,000.
For most of the winter, Don Deidemeyer's bill stayed the same. Then in the spring, it sent him into a panic.
I got this bill for $7,000.
Don was on budget billing, paying around $300 a month. But when the utility reset his average, his bill jumped to $1,000 and then some.
This situation went on from November, December, January, February, and March. I guess 5 months.
So in the coldest months?
Yeah. And so, I didn't find out until April, and I got this huge bill.
Don traced it back to the fall when he had a new thermostat installed. Almost immediately, his energy use quadrupled without him realizing it.
There's a part of a heat pump called a reversing valve, and it had been wired incorrectly so that my heat and my air conditioning were both trying to run and going back and forth.
Both systems ran around the clock for 4 months. He called a different company to fix the problem. His usage dropped right away, but the balance didn't.
I have about $2,000 left.
Okay. Yeah. So you're still paying it
Still
down.
paying it, and this was 2 years ago.
Don says he should have tracked his usage more closely, which he does now. He also says budget billing gave him a false sense of security. And while heat pumps can use more energy in the coldest months, he's happy with his, as long as it's wired correctly.
Heat pumps are really popular when you go a little bit further south where it's not as cold. And heat pumps have become popular here because there were a lot of federal rebates that made the offsets worth it.
This is the busiest time of year for Michael Holcomb's company. Between no heat calls, he hears from customers upset about high bills. Many have heat pumps, which use electricity instead of a gas furnace.
During the storm that came, we're finding ice buildup on the outdoor heat pump, which is essentially the outdoor unit that runs in heat pump mode. And when you have ice buildup, it causes the auxiliary heat to come on.
Auxiliary heat is less efficient and much more expensive. Drastic thermostat changes or an improper install can trigger it sooner. Michael says regular maintenance and filter changes are key.
The rule of thumb is realistically just to keep your thermostat set at a temperature and leave it. And in the wintertime, when it's really, really cold, move it to like 66. Put on a jacket, put on an extra blanket. You don't need to, crank it up and crank it down.
And with single-digit temperatures, many homeowners could see sticker shock. For Don, the experience forced tough trade-offs.
It's such a helpless feeling, because we're sort of stuck with them. And it's really helpless, and you just don't know what your bill's going to be, and therefore it's hard to budget.
To avoid surprises on your bill, you can track your daily usage. Under My Account on BGE's website, click My Usage. There you'll see daily costs, your projected bill, and what in your home is using the most energy. In Baltimore, Mallory Safasti, WMAR-2 News.
Now, Michael says if you see a major spike in usage after installing a new thermostat, call a professional to have it checked out. And keeping your system properly maintained could also save you thousands of dollars. If you scan the QR code right here on your screen, this will take you to Mallory's report. There you'll find more information on how to track your usage on BGE's website and other energy-saving tips. And as always, if you have a matter for Mallory, she wants to hear from you, you can email her at mallory@WMAR.com. You can also find her on Facebook and X. Meanwhile, that BGE Customer Relief Fund in partnership with United Way has been closed after having received the maximum number of applications. United Way of Central Maryland is reviewing and processing them now. BGE is also offering in-person assistance in Baltimore at the times and locations currently located on your screen. You can talk to BGE Energy ambassadors to discuss support and understanding bills and make payment arrangements, financial assistance programs, and much more. And you can find this information on our website, and you can find it right there on Mallory's report. Governor Wes Moore wants to bring relief to Marylanders facing these high utility bills. His proposal focuses on expanding energy transmission, restoring funding for clean energy programs, and offering more rebates. However, Republicans criticize his bill, and they say they feel the plan falls short. Republican gubernatorial candidate Ed Hale disagrees with Moore's relief plan. He says his $40 household rebate is just not enough. Hale spoke at the former Carroll Island power plant in Baltimore County today. He called for the state to reopen closed power plants. Hale argued that the demolition of several fossil fuel plants across Maryland led to some higher electric bills. He wants the state to build new fossil fuel plants and start nuclear power development immediately.
I know all of you here today and all the people around the state of Maryland are struggling with their houses being colder because you've turned your thermostats down. That's what's happened here. And that's not going to change. That's not going to change anytime soon, not with this governor.
Hale criticized Governor Moore's green energy policies and says that solar and wind power can't replace lost capacity. Hale is running against Dan Cox in the gubernatorial primary. Cox was the Republican nominee for governor in 2022. Carl Bruner, John Myrick, and Kurt Whittekin have also filed for the Republican nomination. Well, I know my electric bill doubled, so hopefully we got some warmer weather in our forecast.
The cold does not help, does it?
No, it does not.
It did feel like a heat wave out there today.
Today it did, yeah.
Only for one day. Tomorrow we're pretty much back to where we started.
Oh, joy.
The whole next week is going to be cold out there, but 40 in the Inner Harbor today, even down in Annapolis, they made it to 38 degrees. We'll certainly take that, but pretty much everybody did make it above freezing today. By the way, the last time that we had 9 consecutive days that we didn't make it to freezing was back in 2010. So it's been 16 years since the last time that happened. Our longest stretch ever below 32 degrees Fahrenheit was back in the 1800s when we had 18 consecutive days where we did not make it to the freezing mark here. Heading into tonight, though, we are going to be looking at the chance of a few snow showers arriving late this evening. Quick dusting, though. This is nothing that should warrant you to cancel any plans or anything like that. But you can see off to the west, we have that Clipper system moving on through. A quick burst of some light snow overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy, and you can see those temperatures right there dropping like a rock. It gets very cold tomorrow. 31 here by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Blustery, though, feeling like the middle end of the 20s. Don't go anywhere. Weather trivia is coming up.
All right, thanks, Dylan. And with that more wintry weather in store, you're going to want to make sure you're prepared with the WMAR-2 News app. To do that, just search WMAR in your phone's app store. You can also scan the QR code on your screen. That way, you can track live radar and get weather alerts from Maryland's most accurate weather team. Well, the Towson University Police Department is now investigating after a viral video shows an Uber driver going over the pedestrian bridge on Osler Drive near Towsontown Boulevard. WMAR-2 News' Blair Sable tracked down the passenger and shares how the university is responding.
Then turn left on Osler Drive.
I was like, is the bridge gonna break? Like, is he gonna hit someone? Because I got scared that he was gonna hit someone.
It was a moment Nia Burdine may never forget. Early Saturday morning, leaving a friend's place, the Towson University freshman says she booked an Uber and was picked up at the base of the Osler pedestrian bridge on campus.
And then I realized, I was like, it's like really bumpy. So I look up and I see that we're going across the bridge.
Her Uber driver had taken the pedestrian-only path, also known as Towson Way. She took took this video, which has since gone viral online.
Then he looked up and he said, "Wait, am I supposed to be on here?" And I was like, "No," because there was people walking on the bridge as well.
Once she says he realized he was in the wrong place, she says he turned around and drove all the way back down the bridge.
You could hear the GPS trying to reroute him and tell him where to go, but he wasn't even listening to it.
Towson University spokesperson Jamie Abel says the police department has been investigating, which included reviewing security footage of the, quote, reckless incident. There is no reported damage to the structure. It was built as part of a safety improvement project completed in 2014. As of 2017, as seen in images on Google Street View, the west side entrance where Burdine was picked up had traffic bollards. But on Tuesday, WMAR-2 News did not see any on site. We did see this yellow warning sign informing drivers that no cars, unless authorized, are allowed past that point. According to the university, the bollards are currently down to accommodate snow removal operations. Burdine just hopes it never happens again. She reported the issue to Uber.
I forgot to rate though, but it would probably be a 1-star after that.
WMAR-2 News reached out to Uber to see if the driver is facing any consequences, but have not heard back by deadline. In Towson, Blair Sable, WMAR-2 News.
Well, Maryland's House and Senate approved banning the 287G agreements here in the state. The legislation moved quickly through both chambers. The bills ban agreements between local jails and immigration enforcement officials. Both drew heavy debate in their respective chambers.
This here is putting politics over public safety. I find that unconscionable.
This is about the havoc that ICE and CPB agents have been allowed to wreak on our streets.
Is that you're willing to pass something at the expense of our public safety.
We have a responsibility, and I'll say it every single day I get a chance to protect the most vulnerable among us. This bill helps us do just that.
The legislation isn't done yet. Procedural votes are still needed. Both bills have an emergency tag. That means they head directly to the governor's desk once they have passed. A Baltimore brewery closes after 3 decades in business. We'll tell you what happened to the brewer's art. Plus, a Maryland man qualifies for the Winter Olympics, and he's only participated in the sport for a short 18 months. You're watching WMAR-2 News at 6.
You're watching WMAR-2 News, part of the Scripps News Group.
A Baltimore institution closes its doors for good. The Brewers Art on North Charles Street in Mount Vernon shut down after 3 decades in business. A letter taped to the door thanked supporters of the brewery and restaurant, but didn't really give a reason for the closure. State records show Maryland had placed an $85,000 lien against the business in December. An era is ending. All right, how about this? Opportunity of a lifetime, representing your country in the Olympics. WMAR-2 News' Xavier Wary caught up with a local man qualifying for the team's USA bobsledding team.
Bobsledding, it's not number one on the list of